Tonight, WESH 2 investigates a taboo lifestyle of parents sexually abusing their own children.
The local law enforcement says it's a growing problem they're going undercover to combat. And
WESH 2's Bob Keeling introduces us to one man whose grandchildren were caught up in horrifying abuse at the hands of their own parents. And we want to let you know the content of the story could be disturbing.
It helped to move, but it doesn't fill in the holes of not having a family.
In the last year, widower Leonard Lippy has seen his whole family vanish. His only daughter, Sarah, and the grandson and granddaughter he adores are gone.
I give my right arm to be with my grandchildren. I would do anything. It's not going to happen.
In October, Lippy's daughter, Sarah Alita, was sentenced to 54 years in federal prison. She admitted marrying her husband, Jonathan Alita, with the understanding that when their children were born, there would be, quote, daddy-daughter sex. While her daughter and son were toddlers, Sarah allowed and even participated in the sexual abuse and was arranging for another man to rape her young daughter when she was caught by the feds in an online sting.
The most safest place to be is with your mom. And that's gone.
After the Alitas split, Jonathan convinced another woman to allow him to molest her 4-year-old daughter. In January, he was sentenced to 2 life terms for what he did to his own children.
He never shed a tear.
Lippy asked the judge for the maximum sentence against both parents, including his own daughter.
Because that's what she deserved. I know that's wrong for a father to say that, but would you want her in your home?
It is occurring. The frequency with which it's occurring is increasing.
In July, a professional golfer, 55-year-old Stephen Thomas, pleaded no contest to soliciting who he thought was a woman to have sex with her 14-year-old daughter. Several other men were caught in an online sting by officers posing as predator parents.
If we don't focus our efforts, we're leaving children out there subject to being preyed upon.
You're looking at a real undercover investigation. Acting as a parent willing to abuse his own children, FDLE agent Steve Brenton is conducting illicit chat sessions in an area where people are interested, at the very least, in talking about incest. One man says he's willing to sell his grandchildren as slaves.
It's indicating anything could take place except anything painful.
Brenton says it can take weeks or months before someone on the other end of the chat agrees to offer up their child or someone else's for sex, but some do.
To just let somebody do something like that to a child, and then somebody who you don't even know, I mean, it's grotesque.
After Sarah's parental rights were terminated, Lippy's access to his grandchildren was also cut off. Investigators said they didn't want to take the chance that continuing to see him could spark memories for the children of the horrifying things their parents did to them. So the state wants to erase any memory of you from their lives?
Yes. And it kills me.
No organization we've found collects reliable statistics on this most disturbing form of child abuse, so it's hard to get a handle on just how serious the problem is. As far as the Alita children, they are getting counseling, but prosecutors in that case said especially the daughter's hypersexual behavior is going to make her recovery more difficult. Jim.